Okay, this is Jerry. I'm going to explain the Golden Bell exercise, which is an isometric overall muscle toning and strengthening exercise. Actually focuses more the impact of, or the impact of the exercise more on the tendons and ligaments, which is necessary in martial arts to keep strong. You can have the biggest arm in the world and have, a weaker ligament structure or tendon structure and rip muscles like crazy, or you can have the smallest muscles in the world but have really strong grip strength because of the tendons and ligaments. And so the first thing you need to understand is in Golden Bell exercise, there's a hand posture referred to as the Mu-Hing hand posture. Placing your hand up in the air like this, you hook your thumb. First finger stays straight, last three fingers come together, and you bend them down in this position here. When using the Mu-Hing hand posture, you'll see it often. You're pushing from your chest. The finger always points up, almost always. There are some times where the fingers point to each other. There are times where you kind of go at an angle. You'll see that as you go. The Golden Bell is isometric. It's muscle group against muscle group. Best way to do this is you've lifted weights probably, so imagine you're lifting a heavy weight. Use your mind. You know that when you're lifting a weight that's a little too much for your muscular load, it makes you shake and tremor. Well, what you do is you tighten up your arm. You tighten from your fist, you tighten your fist into your forearm and your upper arm. And what you do is, as you tighten and you pull, this muscle's tight and pulling, everything's tight, but the opposing muscles, the triceps, are giving resistance. You can't just do like this. I mean, that's how easy the bicep can pull the arm up. But I want resistance, so I want to make it difficult for myself. Now, everything I do in this exercise should be difficult. Every movement should be pull, push, should be strain. If you're shaking when you do it, it's okay. Trouble is you need to start off smooth and easy. Learn the motions. I suggest not doing with a lot of tension, just a light tension. And then as you get better and you don't have to rely on video footage or remembering it through the video to remind you, then you go into using more tension to the exercise. The Golden Bell is the first of two. The second one's called Bating Gum. It's a better overall muscular exercise, has more movements to it, so it works the upper body better. Now, another thing that's very important is you keep a horse stance throughout the whole thing. You don't change it and vary it. In fact, it's very important you keep your core rooted into the ground. Many people will explain that in a horse stance, doing lower body stance work helps blood flow because you're making blood flow into the legs because you're using them for the load bearing. And because of that, circulation starts increasing. And what you do is you make sure that every part of your body is tense, slightly tight. Make sure that your stomach is tight, your back is slightly tight, your shoulders are slightly tight, your arms are slightly tight. So every motion is done with resistance. Even simple turning of the hand up and down can be done with resistance. So that's the concept. I'll go into showing you how to do the movements next, and we'll go from there. Okay, for the Golden Bell, again, we're rooting a horse stance. If your knees are bad like mine, your ankles, you may not be able to go low like some people do. That's fine. For the purpose of demonstration, I'm going to go about medium for me. Core thing here is both feet are parallel. Okay, they're facing the same direction, straight ahead. And your knees are bent over your big toe. So if I look down, I really can't see my big toe unless I lean forward. There is a point in this form in which you lean forward. We'll get to that, but I want to go through the motions first, show you what it looks like slow, and then I'll explain it through a little bit better. For the benefit of this is the exercise 6 times all the way through is considered one full set of repetitions. Typically you want to do about 3 if you can. That's like the ultimate goal. But just for starting this, if you can do 6 repetitions with good tension, you should feel a workout as if you hit the gym. So with the knees bent, my stomach's tight, my back and my butt is tilted under, it pull up in the stomach, my body is tense and tight, my hands are facing down in front of my thighs. From here I'm going to adopt the Mu-Hing hand posture. First movement, you keep everything tense. At this point my body is tense. I want to scoop. In other words, take my hands, scoop them up, and now, keeping everything tense, pull my fingers to the center at chest level. From here, I'm going to turn my hands out, using my chest now, because my thumbs are touching my chest, push forward. straight out from my chest. I'm going to pull back again using resistance. I can feel it through my chest and back. Now when I push forward, I'm going to do an upward angle so that when I'm done, my hands are right in front of my face. On video, it looks like they're higher, but really right now, I'm looking through my fingers, my hands. From here, I'm going to do small circles, half circles down, back up. From here, my hands come behind my head. Elbows come back down. From here, I'm going to push out. Keeping everything tense, I'm going to do a butterfly press, basically. I'm going to be bringing my hands to the front. And again, everything's tight. Now I'm going to bend at my waist, lean forward. While down here, I'm going to do scoops. Okay? And I'm going to lift up, and as I come up, pull up again. And push down. Essentially, that is one repetition through the exercise. I'm going to go through the exercise again from a side view so you can get a better angle. And again, you may lose my hands when I go down, but I'll try to stay here so you can see you're really supposed to go down, okay, into it, and then come back up and down. All right. So again, the exercise is as follows: using hand posture to the front, scoop, pull, push. Come back, push up, half circle down, half circle back up, behind the head, and push to the sides. Now, bring them to the front together. Now bend forward, scoop, pull up, push down. And from this point, you'll repeat the process again. So, a couple things. Make sure that when you're in your horse stance, step back a little bit, and you're bending forward at your upper body, you kind of sit into your hips as you go down. You don't want to lean forward like that because you'll tip all your balance forward. You don't want to lean back into it and tuck under too much because that's really just funky and awkward. You're sitting into your knees, sitting into your hips, and leaning forward. When you come back up, back is straight again, and then down. So, I'm going to go through the motions of the golden bell. I'm going to do 6 repetitions and show you what it's supposed to look like. This should be enough instruction as how to do it right. Again, remember, a horse stance, both feet are parallel, pointing forward. You bend your knees, you shouldn't see your big toe. If you can go lower, go lower. It's better this way. But you go with what your body can do. If you're just starting and never done this before, please start easy. What you do is put your feet together. Then what you do is you take your feet, angle the toes out. And from that position, take the heels out. In that position, take the toes out again. From here, heels out. Now your feet should look like my hands are, and mine do. So from there, bend your knees till you can't see your big toes, and that's the proper horse stance. You should feel force from your feet gripping into the floor. The whole foot grabs the floor. And you should feel tension on the outside of the leg up into the knee. All right, so golden bell. So that's the golden bell. A couple of things also to cover is breathing. Typically with this, you do an in-breath for pull, out-breath for push. You kind of work it the way your body needs to. So from here, it's try that breathing pattern, see if it works for you. It should work fine. Again, it should be pretty dramatic the way I did it, so it shouldn't be difficult at all. Make sure you breathe. Make sure you don't hold your breath. Make sure that when you're pulling in, it should be a breath in, and when you're pushing, it should be a breath out, because you can pass out from this. I've taken people that have been into bodybuilding and whatnot and gone through a workout like this with them before, and it wears them out. So this is definitely a good workout. Again, this is Golden Bell, very beginning exercise. One of two. Botting gum is more advanced, so until you get this, you shouldn't worry about botting gum. I've restarted doing this more often. I'm trying to do it every day. This and the botting gum because I'm used to both of them to a point. So my idea is to encourage you to do the best you can. If you have any questions, you need to contact me by email, phone, whichever you need to do. And I can give you some information best I can. I'm not a master of things, but I do have a knowledge of these things. So thank you very much, and have a good one.